And she said that the project monitoring cell of iGoT Karmayogi, there in dialogue with most of the CTIs, including yours, that how these roles should be defined and what should be the finality, which is going to be defined for the ministries, departments, and organizations, and for CTIs in a separate set of roles, maybe, because there are certain roles which the CTIs do have, but the ministries, department, and organizations they do not have. Anyway, having said that, it is almost certain that when we are talking about curation of a course, then we have to have a course curator and a course publisher and a course reviewer. At this point, important thing to be pointed out is that whose name is projected on the screen. And when we go to the search engine associated with this particular platform, how the courses are being searched. So is it by the institute which is behind curation of a course, or is it the name of the curator which is visible? Well, the name of the curator is visible. Therefore, it is always recommended that when NICF, or for that matter any other organization, NTPRI, etc., when you are curating a course to upload it on the iGoT platform, it is better that you use as the curator's address a common address, or maybe the name of the subject matter expert, whom we often refer to as SME in short. Anyway, I shall go one by one. So my motto is to make a very short course on departmental security instructions. So suppose all of us as a team, we decide to make a course on this, and then what will be the next question? So course on departmental security instructions, for this we have to think of certain things. What are those things? So after a lot of discussions, suppose we have come to conclusion that these are the aspects which we want to cover. For example, departmental security instructions, who issues it? That's a big question mark, because many of us do not know. People need to know. How to access it is another big question. What are salient features? Who are competent authorities? Classification, declassification, etc. Secret, top secret, confidential, restricted. What are the meaning of those things? And of course, assessment should be at the end of it. So when we have collectively decided that, I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of cough. When we have collectively decided that these are the 6 things which are going to we going to put in, let them be called modules. So you already know that in a course you have to have modules, and in the modules you have to have resources. So let the modules be decided like that: who issues it, how to access it, what are salient features, etc. So suppose your organization has decided, and we have decided that this is going to be the thing. Then what will you do? What we do immediately after that is course write down the course overview. And what is it in simple language? What we propose to cover module by module. That is what we are going to write down here. If you want, I can show you a course overview template. So we have been using this template for quite some time now, and this template you can also follow. I can share with you. This is the template, like departmental security instructions. I am starting with this course on departmental security instructions. So this is the template I follow, uh, and this is a document which I keep in the file, because later on somebody may ask that at what stage what you have thought of. I am showing this as a as an example, but in your case, communication finance is a very important area where lot many technical things will come up, or IT sector, telecom sector, lot many things will come up where there will be a kind of accountability of who is going to determine what this course is going to. So it's a stage by stage process. The first thing is, of course, the course overview. That is what I am going to show here. What do I put? I hope my screen is visible. Can you please increase the size of the screen a bit? Yes, it's better visible now. So if I go to the next slide, just see what is the way of writing it. So this is version 1. Today's date is the date. Then it is being created by me, and this is uh, the first draft. So that is what we keep in the beginning. And then uh, next page, this is a practice world over in every country, almost everywhere, that in the beginning we keep the course specification. So right now, as per decided that this is going to be called departmental security instructions. Duration, well, I have put 30 minutes just as a matter of estimation. The estimated time span is 30 minutes, but of course it will wait till the till everything is done. And what will be the level? So my proposition is level 3. Now here I have to comment on it. There are courses which are of level 1, level 2, and level 3. Arushi was pointing out to that, and some of the officers raised very good questions on this. Now, I have a very small point to make here is that a course of higher level does not necessarily mean that it has a higher quality of visuals, higher quality of voice, higher quality of everything. No, it does not mean it. Initially, we thought about it, but after long experience, I could realize that whether it is level 1 or level 2 or level 3, at this point, we are talking about 3 levels, say, course, the quality of the visuals and the voices and the slides and the color and all these things should be equally good. So that is not the level decider. Level deciders are the degree of difficulty which we are trying to build in that course. So in the subsequent slides, we are also going to talk about my presentation, what the uh, watch, think, do, and test and explore module. There, my submission is that the watch module for every course remains the same. It should remain of the same quality. But when it comes to the think module, where you make the users think about it and try to solve something, some problem, or do module where they themselves are doing something, and the test module where their learnings, their level of learnings you are testing, there the degree of difficulty should be increased. So level 1 is of course the easiest level, level 2 slightly higher, and level 3 as of now is the highest level. So when I make a level 3 course, of course I'll devise the do modules and the think modules and the test modules in that way, so that the level of it goes up in terms of degree of difficulty. And SME name, that means the subject matter expert, who is the subject matter expert, and subject matter expert can also be somebody from outside. So suppose you have found that that a professor in say in another country is a tremendous subject matter expert, a worldwide known expert. So there is no problem in getting some bytes from her or putting some of her input in it. But then the point of contact will not be her. So POC stands for point of contact. POC will be the head of the department which has uh, curated this course. So if it is being curated by the ISTM, then ISTM must have a point of contact which is pre-decided. So for every matter relating to courses, she or he will be a point of contact. Right now, I am a point of contact for many courses or all courses which have been developed by ISTM. Similarly, that should be there. Then approver. Now, approver should not be mixed up with the reviewer. Approver means it is always the top person of the institute. So if we are talking in terms of the training institutes, I would request you to put the head of the training institutes as the approver. So here the director ISTM approves it, but that does not mean that director ISTM or DG and NICF, they are the expert in everything. They approve by looking at the steps, whether this has been reviewed at various stages, whether those things have been okayed by the experts, whether they have been thoroughly gone into, whether there is a certificate that you know this course is iGoT compliant and all the features of iGoT have been put into it. Then there is a start date, end date provision, because many of our courses concern rules and regulations, government of India orders, and various other aspects which are a bit variable. So it is better to talk about the start date and end date. And end date should always indicate that up to which date you have taken account the developments. So when we change the date, we update the course. Then in the course overview, we change the end date, and of course, launch date should be the date on which the course is being launched into iGoT platform. After the course overview, that means what we are course outline. That means what we want to show. These things are completed. Then we go to the other things. Now, just have a look. When I'm talking about departmental security instructions, you remember that how it should look like. So I was also because my subject is statistics. So I was also making a course in statistics. So I was just copying and pasting from there. So why study statistics instead of that? Why study, you know, um, departmental security instructions? That should be there. And what will be the frame type? The frame type will be, there will be some kind of animation, and in the beginning there should be welcome message. And what should be the key learning points in that? Those are also to be talked about. And what is the estimated time I'm going to do to talk about why study departmental security instructions? That is also determined. So this time things normally vary, so it may later on vary. So course outline is something like that. In the later stage, we go to something called storyboarding. When the course overview, course outline is decided, then we go to what is called storyboarding. And let me see whether I can show you a storyboard as well. Well, this is a course on departmental security instructions we are trying to make, and here we are trying to make the storyboard. So how does a storyboard look like? Let me also show it to you. Again, these things will come up, and then the table of contents, etc. We have not written that much, and course specification, those things are the customary things which should come in the beginning, and then the storyboard should look like this. Now, how is it different from the course outline? Try to understand that. So here, everything is determined pre-written. So what is the frame type? The frame type is on-screen visuals where the texts will be there, and what will it read? Welcome to the course on departmental security instructions. That will be the voice, that will be the text as well. So because we are compliant and W3C compliant, that means We need to have everything in visuals as well as in voice, so that a visually impaired person can also complete this course by listening to it, and who is unable to listen to it, the same thing should be here in the text form, so that there are machines which can read out the text for the hearing impaired in their own way, and they can understand it. So both the uh, text and the readings, I mean visuals and the voices, both things will be there. So narration will be, you can just have a look here. You can make it a bigger, please. Welcome to the course on departmental security instructions. That will be the narration also, and what kind of graphics and will be there. So we will show the logo of Institute of Security Training and Management. The frame starts with a music. The music slows down when the narration takes place. Everything will be described like that. So here you can see second by second, minute by minute, every detail are being described. So this is what we mean by storyboard. Now, if I go back to my original presentation once again, we talked about the course overview, and in the next slide, we have also talked about the storyboard. So what is course overview? You can just make out that this is nothing but what do we propose to cover. So this is the what part. What do we propose to cover module by module? Whereas the storyboard is nothing but how do we propose to cover module by module. Okay, then we'll go to the next aspect. Now, in every module, Arushi pointed out very quickly that there has to be some kind of uh, you know, structure which is prescribed. And is there any question which should I take a pause here and take any question? Any question, please, up to this point? Okay. So here, what we do is we first do the watch part and go to the think part, then do part, and then test part, and the explore part. Now, please remember that this test part is different from the end of the course assessment part. End of the course assessment part is a graded assessment, is to be done by every individual for getting the certificate, and that is also scored or graded, and you can see what is the score, say in a percentile or in a percentage form. But this test part is just a part of the learning process. Therefore, when you watch something and then you think about something and do something on that, then there will be a kind of test which will let you express how much you come to know about this particular module. So there could be some 4 questions, 5 questions, 10 questions, up to you, or there could be a game to take you through, so that at the end of it you can understand what is the score you have achieved. And in the explore part, we put in something which is very uh, you know in relation to, relatable to the topic which you are one doubt. Yes, Murthy Saab, yes.
Namaste, sir.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaste, sir. Sir, when we are, sir, our institute,
Yeah.
background music from any YouTube and something, sir. For any initiation of any module, sir. Is there any copyright problems are there, sir, for that?
Definitely, sir. There is a copyright issue.
Okay, sir.
Therefore, the music which you'd like to have should be from the free sources, or you can get it recorded for yourself.
Sir.
And sir, kindly mention it wherever you have taken it from a free source, that this is the source of the music. So that mention should be there. And the license type which we use here in the iGoT platform, which I'm going to show you eventually. So that is a typical licensing where the obligation on us is we can use something which is free on the air, which is in the public domain, but given the due credit to the
You are
source.
denied to log in into VPNs. Uh,
Yes, Surekha
Sir,
ma'am,
one more
any
thing, sir.
question from your side? Yes, Murthy sir.
Sir, whether we can use any software voice or machine voice, sir?
Of course, we can use machine voice, software voices. That's not a problem.
sure.
Okay, sir.
Now, I'm going to shortly show you what are the types of softwares, because I'm going to take the glimpse of a note government has recently approved. Because note, as you know, note is always a confidential thing that should not be disclosed like that. Of course, you can call for it in the RTI, but voluntarily I am disclosing what government has recently approved for us. Give me some time, then I am also going to talk about the softwares also. And the software specialists and the instructional designers all are sitting with me here. The entire team is giving this presentation, therefore you can hear from them as well. So try to understand this thing, watch, think, do, and test. And then in the next slide, uh, you might have heard that there is a alpha version. So many of you understand, many of you do not. Let me call it first draft. Now, in the first draft stage, when your faculty members are doing it, when your junior officers are doing it, make sure that first draft stage, the facts are thoroughly checked. So the implication of having a first draft is to check all the facts and figures. Those things are going to be used, so there should not be any faulting in that. So what is going to be the end date with respect to that, the facts and figures should be very much there. Then the second draft, which we call beta version, you might have also heard about it. Now, what is beta version all about? What is second draft all about? The second draft is all about the look, feel, and audio check. So when something is developed, some content is developed, you are going to check the look of it, feel of it, and audio check. What do I mean by the look of it? Suppose the color scheme you do not like. Who are you? You are, of course, the reviewer, or you could be the subject matter expert. So it's not necessary that the subject matter expert herself is developing or curating this course. Subject matter expert might be taking help of somebody. So there were questions from both, I think, Ghaziabad center director and Murthy Saab, that about the developers course, who can help you in developing that. So we will go into that. So when you are commenting on them as a subject matter expert, you may say that, well, the background of the whole thing does not look matching with the topic. So it should be in sync with the topics. So I feel like this. Similarly, the feel and audio check, where you may say that, well, the slides are pretty uh, uh, congested. They are full of words. I do not want this many words in it. This is highly populated, thickly populated slides. They are making my head spin. I want less populated, less congested slides. And audio, machine voice or human voice, howsoever you check, howsoever you take, there are problems. Machine voices often do not understand the exact pronunciation type which we are familiar with in the government domain. And sometimes we hire voice artists from outside, and they give the pause at the wrong place. or do not give the pause at all. Keep on saying something very fast. People do not understand it. So from that aspect also, the audio check should be there, and that for that purpose we have this second draft stage, or which we call beta version. Now when we go to the next version, we called it gold version, or you can call it anything. So this is the this is not the first draft, this is the final draft, in fact. So this final draft is a complete experience and learning check, preferably with a group of probable users. This is gold version. So please make it final draft. Don't call it first draft. There's a wrong this thing. Just make it final. Yes, this is the final draft. Right. So thank you. So this is giving a complete experience and learning check. Now this learning check, when you do, my experience and here constant working suggest that it is better to have a focus group of users, the likely trainees who are going to be using these modules for developing a specific competency. Please have them. Let them be as variable as possible. Their number should be as you know intelligently determined one. So maybe 10, 12, 15, etc. And then give them some liberty to talk about this in individually, in individual manner, not in a group manner, because if they talk about the whole thing in group manner, a lot of group think will factor in. So instead of doing that, you give them the format and ask them to fill it up individually, and try to find them if there is any trend established where they're saying that this is good or this is bad or this needs to be improved. In what respect it needs to be improved. You can talk to them also to have greater detail, and then final it. So when these things are finalized, then what you do is you have to think of going to the iGoT platform. Now this has been finalized by the this thing, but still now on the iGoT platform there are stages. So when you are ready with the final product, even then you have to have a course curation stage on iGoT platform, and immediately after curation you may know that you have to send it for review, and after the review is over, the course is published. And I would strongly recommend that you need to have a post publishing review of that course as well, so that immediately if you notice something which is not going properly, you can always you know just take it back from the iGoT platform. So we call it publishing and unpublishing. And when you are unpublishing something from the iGoT platform, remember you have to have a backup so that you can go back to there. Now in the next slide we are talking about the very buy and make kind of a decision. Now, without prejudice, without any preference to any particular company or any particular product, I'm just showing you what kind of this thing has been approved by the IFD and MHIFD, and finally, as per our proposal, what we are going to procure and we have procured. So the first one is a authoring tool. So you have to procure a authoring tool. What does it how much is the cost, if you ask me? uh, uh, this is the cost which we have procured some few days back only. So this is a very realistic estimate. So if you want, I can also share it with you. So as you can see, the very first authoring tool which gives you license for 10 individual IP address individuals for 1 year, is going to cost you 11,03,115 by taking $1 as INR 83. Now this is not available on GEM, let me tell you. And because it is not available on GEM and because it is a proprietary item as per the general financial rules, you are quite expert in all those things. We have to take the approval accordingly. Then the second one, without uttering the name, yes, sir, Manoj sir, I'll be sharing this. If you go to the second one, you know, the first one and second one both are authoring tool. So when we went to our National Informatics Center, yeah, and National Informatics Center and the IFD, they have said ki when you are procuring the first one, no need to go for the second one because second one is also an authoring tool. So if you can go either for the first one or for the second one. And the experts who are sitting in my team, I am asking them, they are saying that that is right. And the second one, does the second one cost more than the first one? Almost same. They're saying that they're almost same. They're almost because in the market there's a lot of competition, a lot of buying going on. So they're almost at par. So it is your decision which one you are comfortable with. The third one is we are talking about an image bank. And this image bank, this is not available in GEM again. The second authoring tool, serial number second, this is available in GEM, let me tell you. So if you are buying through GEM, then the second one will be easier for you to buy. But this image bank we are talking about, which is going to give you some 750 images per month, and there will be no copyright issues, and you can use them freely. This is going to cost you very, very less. This is 20,667 only. And this is not available in GEM. So you can also directly purchase it from the OEM, original equipment manufacturer. Similarly, the fourth one is a product which all of us are using everywhere. So we need not talk about it. The cost is something like that. And the last one is a it is found that this is a very, very good one. And I am asking the expert around here that the fifth one, the complete suit, the cloud, lot of pictures and voices and sounds and the bettering material. I mean, for furnishing it material, all media requirements are very ably being fulfilled by this number 5 thing. So we have gone for this. And OEM, this again is not like, you know, GEM prices are varying on higher side. So we showed that if we go to the OEM side, they are giving us a 40% discount. And that is why the IFD has agreed, okay, if it is less than the GEM quote, then of course you can procure it from GEM. And the date, as you can see, that on 10th of October 2022, it was something like 2,87,306. Let me be very sure about one thing. Is it for 10 licenses or for one? 10 licenses. So this also you can see that 2,87,306 is again for 10 licenses. So my idea is that if any institute is any organization department is ready to spend around 15 lakh, then you are going to equip at least 10 persons with the requisite softwares which can be operated on and made the but procuring the software is one thing, and using them for uh, mm, curating the course is something else, something other. So it's as far we have just talked about procuring the colors and the color brushes, but now you have to think of procuring the services of an artist. Or you can think alternatively to develop your members of faculty who are already subject matter experts into artists. Therefore, there is a make or buy decision. So if you're so you can always take a call the head of the departments how much to make and how much to buy on a percentage basis. Here, like in ISTM, we have a 60-40 kind of a decision. 60% we buy and 40% we make. So when we buy 60%, we don't provide anything of this sort. What we do is we just give an agency who are hired through GEM uh, the material which we have in the raw form and ask them to provide us end-to-end solution. Question is, are these type of agencies available in GEM? The answer is yes. So if you go to GEM, you can find out as per your requirement, you apply the filter and you can do them. Then who is the authority to whom we can get back, we can fall back in case we face any problem? The answer is both Capacity Building Commission as well as Karmayogi Bharat. Capacity Building Commission is in a process of hiring agencies of this sort who can help you out. Now, is there any central kind of mechanism to give us the necessary inputs and the uh, what should I say, the advices, etc. Of course, yes, because ISTM is the first training central training institute where Department of Personal Training has located one Karmayogi Digital Learning Lab. While inaugurating that, our Honorable Minister of State was also talking about having in the 75th year of independence, having as many as 75 similar Karmayogi Digital Learning Lab. So I understand that every CTI, prominent CTI to that, uh, can really afford to have a digital learning lab. Now, in the digital learning lab, it is not a production house, of course, but the digital learning lab is a facility where a lot of prototyping, research, and findings and devising, etc., can happen. So there you can have kind of a facility. Let me just very quickly show you what is our Karmayogi Digital Learning Lab is all about, how it is functioning. So let's have a quick look at a video I'm going to share with you. So if you go to ISTM website, it is very much available there. I'm sharing my screen. So go to ISTM website. So a lot of websites are being opened, so it may get slightly slow. And there is a Mission Karmayogi icon there. If you click on this, then there is a Karmayogi Digital Learning Lab video. Just have a look at it.
Sir, the audio is not coming.
Moloiji, kindly see, voice is not coming from the video. If it can be fixed.
ओके इसका साउंड नहीं जा रहा
Yes, no sound.
शेयरिंग बंद करो
ISO priority courses such as
Is it coming now,
Administrative
sir?
Vigilance and the Swachh Bharat and Smart Cities Mission flagship courses.
In iGoT community,
Is it coming now?
content is a very important thing. We are depending on
It's coming.
content.
Yeah.
Yes, it is audible now.
Competency specific.
Okay.
It's going to be a real asset for the country.
The KDLL will help to exponentially increase the reach and coverage of courses, bringing the country within its fold. From the police force to the ASHA worker to the Patwari nationwide, the KDLL has the pulse of future learning trends for long-term sustainability and will act as a knowledge partner to MDOs. The KDLL promotes Atmanirbhar.
So I'm stopping it here because what we had to show, we have shown, but I'm sorry that in the beginning you could not hear the voice. But there is no point in repeating it. Should I repeat it, sir, for the first 2-3 minutes?
No harm. I think
No
it will
harm.
be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then please run it again.
Bharta in course 1,000 square feet of workspace, up to 25 e-learning specialists, delivering 100 plus hours of content annually. The Karma Yogi Digital Learning Lab, or KDLL, is a state-of-the-art addition to the National Program for Civil Services Capacity Building. Mission Karma Yogi, set up to develop contemporary e-learning courses. Namaskar and welcome to the Center of Excellence dedicated to developing digital learning content for DOPT, ISTM and MDOs.
ઘઉં અને બીજા અનાજ માટે 24 થી 48 કલાક લાગે છે પૈસા તમારા ખાતામાં આવતા અને સિંગના ચૂકવણા માટે 2 અઠવાડિયા લાગે છે.
As the investigation moves on, Shivaji feels Raj has drug connections and should be rounded up before the BRICS conference.
Maintaining social distancing is the only way to stop the spread of this virus.
Now, let's see how to respond when the demand is correct and you've already paid the amount.
And the DLL, the Digital Learning Lab, is a very, very new, innovative and almost a breakthrough in this new architecture.
I'm very happy that this facility is being inaugurated today by our Honorable Minister, and I wish ISTM and the Digital Learning Lab all the very best.
The dedicated staff and community of learners, the Digital Learning Lab at ISTM serves as a flexible space for interdisciplinary dialogues around digital pedagogy and learning.
Established with technical assistance from Asian Development Bank, the KDLL boasts the capability to record live lectures that can be rapidly converted to e-learning. Cutting-edge learning formats such as videos, animations, web-based learning, mobile learning, and many more will be produced to support capacity building programs for our civil servants across the nation. Access to learning will be available to them anytime, anywhere, on any device, and in their own language. The KDLL will leverage iGoT Karmayogi, one of the key pillars of NPC SCB, to enable key capacity building initiatives, including ASO priorities such as administrative vigilance and the Swachh Bharat, and Smart Cities Mission flagship courses.
In iGoT Karmayogi, content is a very important thing. We are depending on largely on content which are competency specific. It's going to be a real asset for the country.
The KDLL will help to exponentially increase the reach and coverage of courses, bringing the country within its fold. From the police force, to the ASHA worker, to the Patwari nationwide, the KDLL has the pulse of future learning trends for long-term sustainability and will act as a knowledge partner to MDOs. The KDLL promotes Atmanirbharta in courseware development by reducing the need for external vendors. Let's start this auspicious digital learning journey.
Right. So that was the fact about the Karmayogi Digital Learning Lab, which you have just seen, and you have heard in the at the last of it that that it is going to uh, reduce the burden or reduce the dependence on the private players for developing course content. So we are in a process to develop our own resources to develop content. But having said that, there is no point in closing the door altogether to the private players, because the latest developments they might be acquiring very fast. So it will be a very conscious buy and make decision combination from the head of the departments who are there in the group, or who are managing the Department of Telecom Affairs. I could easily make out that this will be really a good decision to go for both, because when you let the private players operate, then you can understand how best quality material can come up and what are the latest things. And when those things are trying to be replicated in our own workshops, in our own government facilities, the new things are getting acquired fast. It can as well be other way around, but normally it happens. In the next slide, so this thing is complete. Of course, this presentation is complete, but what we can do now is practically doing this thing, curate a thing in the iGoT platform. So again, those who are aware of it, they can question, they can pose any question, and those who are not, they can experience it for the first time and then go one by one.
Sir, some of the participants have curated some content, but most are new to it. So
yes,
this session will really help them.
Yeah. So what I do is like this, let me go to the iGoT Karmayogi platform first, which is already open for me. And this is my login. So I am MDO admin, CBP admin, etc. Every admin is with me. So whosoever is having that MDO admin thing or CBP admin, she or he has the go to the liberty to go to the CBP portal and create a new one. So what I'm doing is I'm going to CBP, that is Competency Building Product Portal, and after going there, I'm starting to develop a content. So there is just a click here to log in, nothing more than that. And then I have to create a new one. So I'll just click create a new one. And then whether it is going to be a program or it is going to be a course or it's just going to be a byte or some kind of training workshops, etc. Those things, bytes and training, those things are not made available as of now, but course and programs are made available. You already know that you can stitch courses together to make a program. In fact, from Director Mysuru, there was a Murthy Sahab, there was a question whether these courses are downloadable and usable in our own LMSs, which we have made dedicated for Mission Karma Yogi, etc. The answer is actually no, sir. Arushi gave you a very good answer, though. But if you ask me, my point blank answer will be no, because as of now and in future also probably, iGoT Karma Yogi will not allow you to download anything, right? So if you have to show anything from iGoT Karma Yogi, what I do normally in many of the classes is I go to the iGoT Karma Yogi, log in there, and show the participants from iGoT Karma Yogi itself that this is the particular content I'm talking about. So like, I am doing this VC. Similarly, on some online environment, when I conduct sessions on for some group of officers, and I want to show something from iGoT Karma Yogi, what I just do is I share my screen and show them the same thing. But better still, if they're onboarded on iGoT Karma Yogi and go to that particular thing and see it. Well, so this is going to be our course. So we will click on course, and I have to give title to this. So let me give the title, and the title will be Departmental Security Instructions. Security instructions. Now, security instructions, there is no, as such, there is no course available, and there will not be available in long future also. Subtitle may, you can give the same thing. Yes, you can just copy paste it, or you can also give departmental security or security instructions. So instead of departmental, you can write security instructions. So that could be the subtitle part. Then you can save it, and this is done. And then, as you can see, many of you might be knowing already, but still that there is a thing which is come up here, and here you have to, where my cursor is being shown, so you have to now put in content there. So let us do it. So resources we need to put in this course. So what are the different ways of putting the resources? It is number one, it is you can upload a file. Number two, you can make available a YouTube link. And number three is you can create an assessment. You remember in the beginning we talked about assessment. So create an assessment, this option we reserve for the last one. Last module we will make an assessment. The first module, by the way, in a course there has to be at least 2 modules, isn't it? At least 2 modules. So I shall go by upload file. So I am uploading a file. What is the file? What will be the name? The name may be introduction, maybe. Introduction is the name of the file. And then I am saving the name, and then it will ask. So on the left side you can see there is a blue this thing, and so if I blue introduction part is there, so that is being created. So I am giving it The title and the subtitle will be Introduction to Departmental Security Instruction. Introduction to Departmental Security Instructions. Then summary part I have to describe. So in the summary part, I can write ki, this describes the availability and the source and availability of instructions relating to departmental security. So some English like this, which is enough. Of course, if somebody just copy paste the title everywhere, it doesn't make any difference. Author I was talking about, author doesn't make much of a sense. Even if I don't write any author, it is not going to make any difference. So I'm not going to write because there is no red asterisk. This is not a must. Duration, of course, I have to give because automatic duration it will pick up. But in the initial stage, I have to give the duration. So let me give the duration 2 minutes. So this is just 2 minutes. And the keywords will be there. So keywords will help search. So first thing is say departmental. The next one will be separated by a comma, security. Then instructions. So departmental security instructions, these things are being separated by comma. Then another comma, and you can write secret, top secret, because many people might search it from with this keywords. So these are some of the keywords I thought of. Say confidential could be another keyword, right? So this is something which I do for the keywords. And in the description part, I can write many things, but for the time being, just for your understanding, the summary part, I am just making a copy paste of it in the description part as well. So that suffices. Licenses, as you can see, there are 5 types of licenses. Whether it is CC by NCSA 4.0 or standard YouTube license up to CC by 4.0, because all these things are prepared by us. Therefore, we'll go by CC by 4.0. What does that mean? It means that anybody can use it. But we need that they give the credit to ISTM if ISTM is doing it, and to the iGoT Karmayogi platform, Mission Karmayogi platform, etc. while using this. So anybody can show this to anybody else, but for doing that, one has to just mention that this is the source of the material. So this is the simplest type of license. When you were using YouTube, etc., then it is better to go for standard YouTube licenses, which is shown at the second radio button. We save it, and then there will be a question. I mean, we have to put some kind of files in it, icon, and this thing, IPR declaration, also intellectual property right. Now browsing files, yes. So I have to now put in the real content in it. What is the content type? Yes. So when I'm browsing, I've already made some HTML files. So let me show it to you. So size is greater than allowed. So there is a size issue. You allow what type of files in it. You can upload PDF, you can upload MP3, MP4, or a zip file. But there is a size issue, and not more than 400 MB could be done. So let me see what has been made there in the test thing. We have been preparing this for you to show it. Now, just see that how we are doing it. We are composing it in a zip folder and giving it a name index, perhaps. Yes. And then some of the technicalities are involved here, which one can easily master through practices. If you do it once or twice, it is done. And then guidelines for zip file uploading, you have to say yes to every button. Do that. And then you just put it like this. I agree. And you have to find out the index here. So index.html you have to choose, and that one you have to put in. So this is how we put in zip file and upload it. Uploading takes some time, as you can see. I am doing the uploading, but when I find that it's taking much, successful. So this is successful. Otherwise, what I do is just reload it, and it gets done pretty quickly. Then I can also put in some pictures there and the icon of the module. Yeah. Assessment. Okay, so 2 modules are required. So another module I have to put, and let that be assessment. So here I am creating straight away assessment. So the first this thing is the title, assessment. You have to have at least 2 questions. So I'm having this assessment, and subtitle can also be assessment. Summary can also be assessment. The author is not required. Duration could be just 1 minute, and the keywords could be again assessment and departmental security instructions. You can write anything, departmental security instructions, and then just separate them by commas. Description is again departmental security instructions, and the license is, because we are doing it again, CC by 4.0, and we are saving it. When we do it, then we have to then add questions and the answer. So this will be MCQ type, suppose. But other than MCQs, also there are other options. Fill in the blanks option is there. Match the following options are there. But we are going for the MCQ options. So the first question is, say I'm asking a question. Which of the following is not a security gradation? Which of the following is not a security gradation? Which of the followings hoga, because it's a plural, is not a security gradation? Isme the first maybe secret, then top secret, then the third could be, yes, that is how I increase here by pushing the plus button. And for your eyes only, you can write for your eyes only. So, and the fourth pointer may be confidential. So as you can make it, the third one is the correct answer. So I have to indicate the correct answer here by clicking this. And then I have to add another question, right? At least 2 questions has to be there. So the next question will be, which level of officer which level of officer can declassify a secret document? That is the question mark. And the answer is, say, Undersecretary and you can take a copy of that and put everywhere. Undersecretary, undersecretary. The third option is also undersecretary, and the fourth option undersecretary. The first option will remain undersecretary. The second option will become deputy secretary. The third option becomes joint secretary. And this may be assistant secretary. Okay, so that's done, and we have to indicate the joint secretary is the correct answer. So you have indicated this, and that's done. So save quiz, and this resource is already made. Now we have put in through two resources in this module. So module is almost ready. So we have to go back and do something. In the content setting on the very top, we have to do this content setting and put in some kind of a photograph here, title, etc. is there. So thumbnail photograph, please put in. So our team has prepared one for you. So we are choosing that file and uploading it. That thumbnail is applied. This is uploaded. Apply it. Now, at one time, our secretary DOPT pointed out that many of our content developers, they are putting thumbnails in minuscule sizes, very small sizes, and they are not very easily visible. So this is, you can see, this is easily visible. And then you have to also indicate the banner color. For ISTM, we have chosen this. Anybody can choose this. The summary is again the departmental security instructions. Then description is the same. Yes, and then saving, and then you have to classify it. CVP provider is ISTM. So ISTM name is being taken as default because I'm doing it from ISTM side. So ISTM logo is going to be put in there. So you can do likewise. And best viewed in desktop, tablet, and mobile. We keep it in the midpoint because we thought that it would be seen by users both in the desktop and mobile. I'm sorry, and knowledge level should be beginner, and learning mode will be self-paced, and license will be already taken by default. Yeah, any questions, sir? Somebody's mic is on. If you can kindly put that on.
Please mute your mic.
Right. So,
Devendra Yadavji, please mute on your mic.
Yes. Thank you very much. And then we can come down and save it. And here comes a big question of putting the competencies, tagging the competencies. Now, competencies, as Arushi has pointed out, these things are also going on simultaneously. Many of the competencies are coming up, but you can here just check up whether there is a security related competency there. Just check it out. So cyber security, baggage security, security strategy, security, what is that? Security, convent, food and beverage safety, etc. So security strategy could be our competency because this is Government of India's this thing. And the competency of level 2 you can take and add in it. The competency levels and the content quality level, they need not be matched. So for one competency level of very low, this thing level 1, you can also prepare a level 1 content, which is, for the beginners, by putting the questions and the think and the do module very low. Now you might be wondering, I have not shown you any watch module, think module, or do module, because those things have been already done. Just by making one simple, MP, what is that? HTML file. So that HTML file was made in the software, which the first one, the courseware, which I showed to you in our departmental decision table. So we save it, and this is a successful thing. And here we have to indicate who is the author, who is the reviewer, and who is the publisher. So author, you can put my name here, but when you try and put the name, you have to put the exact email ID. So reviewer may be my friend Deepak, who is a joint director here, Deepak based. And when you start writing this, it pops up. So you select it, and the publisher could be ISTM. So this way it is done, and we save it. So when we save it, when my action is complete, then it has to be reviewed. Now, may I invite Deepak to please come over and review the content I have sent to you. Thank you. Okay, before sending for review, there are certain mandatory requirements, and that is the content quality framework. Now, content quality framework is so devised that our friends, our team members, they keep on clicking yes without going much into it. But I would suggest that before clicking yes, at least once you get the whole thing read out uh, and see, let it be seen by you that everything is acceptable. And the 100% I got qualified, this has become this pretty easy, and I send it for review. Am I sure? Yes, I am very much sure. So it has gone for review. So now that it is gone for review, I can log out from my this thing and invite Deepak to review. So Deepak is coming up now, and doing his login. Because he is the reviewer, and the roles of reviewer, content creator, MDO admin, those things have been allotted. So you have to allot this type of roles. If you don't know how to allot, I can show that up as well. Now you can see there are many things which are lying with Deepak, but we'll go to for review thing. So what is departmental security instructions are there lying with Deepak for review. So Deepak is going to review it. Will you? So he has reviewed it. He doesn't need to see it in detail because he knows already what I have done. So that is why he is sending it to publish. Otherwise, when you are reviewing it, you have to go through the this thing in detail, and then you can also reject the content. If you reject the content, it will come back to my account. That means in the account of the curator. But this time, I hope Deepak is going to send it for review. Will you, Deepak? Thank you very much. So Deepak has sent it for review, and it has gone to the ISTM website. So Deepak is now signing out from his, and may I request ISTM, the fundamental departmental site, to please log in and see whether it has come for publication. So this one is ISTM, and there will be something lying on for publish section. Yes, it is, and you can publish it. Perhaps I'm sorry. So it asks, do you want to really publish it or reject it? So the ISTM decision is to publish it, and so we do it and publish resources. So when you do it, it takes some time, and now as you can see on the screen, these things shown: introduction is processing, assessment is processing. Now please don't refresh this or do anything else. Just wait with patience, and after a while you can refresh it. And when the refresh button is enabled, you can understand. Now this refresh button is enabled because the blue light is clear, so we can refresh it. Please refresh it. So you can see that now on refreshing, it says assessment is live, but the introduction part, which we try to this thing, iGoT platform is still processing it. And you can, I don't know whether you can say it vividly, but I can, that the refresh button is not enabled, and it says that I can do it after 34 seconds. So let us wait for 30 seconds. I hope you are not feeling that hungry. So normally it takes some time. Even for a small course like this, it takes a little bit of time. So don't lose patience, and keep on refreshing it. Now the refresh light is on, and we can see both of them are live. So this is something which you have to remember, because a lot of problems are arising because of this. People don't understand, and they keep on refreshing, trying to refresh, etc., etc. Now both these things are live as per status, but not yet published. So this is the final button which ISTM needs to press, that is publish CBP. And it says that this is done, right? So we can go to the iGoT, refresh it, go to iGoT, and just type out departmental security instructions for searching. And if I search, then this course is very much there. Well, let us try and consume this course, enroll in it. So you can consume the introduction part. Now you can see the introduction part.
Manual of Departmental Security Instructions, 1994. Reviewed and amended from time to time, is a confidential document, and is exempted from disclosure from sharing with the general public under Section 81A of RTI Act, 2005. Hence, it is imperative on each and every department to obtain a copy of this manual from the nodal ministry, i.e. Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India.
So as you can see that what our people have very quickly done is they have prepared a slide in the courseware, the first courseware, course authorware I mentioned, and there some characters they have put in and some text, and they are using the machine voice, although the machine voice is not at all good. So it can be replaced by human voice, it can be bettered, and all these things. Now you can also see the resources are also shown on the top. So if I click on that resource, what will come up? Is there any resource? So have you, yes. So if you click on the resource, then there is a famous RTI case which was there, Ministry of Home Affairs versus this fellow, Venkatesh Nayak. We have been calling Venkatesh Nayak for quite some time now, I was in Ministry of Home Affairs for some time, and I know Venkatesh Naik very personally. So if you go through this, what has happened is every aspect of this departmental security instructions has been discussed here in this very order of the CIC. So it gives a elaborate background. So if just scroll down, so if you read it, so this is my resource material. So this goes to the explore part of the resource material part. So I'm letting you explore also. But is it going to be passed by the capacity building commission, or say the Karmayogi Bharat, who are the overarching review houses who are reviewing all the courses? Definitely not. They will say that, okay, there is explore material, all right, but you have done only the introduction part. What about the other watch parts? What about the other modules? What about the do module? What about the think module, etc.? So we can prepare them one by one and put it. So I'm just giving you one example of it. Now, so I can stop this thing, and then I can go to the next button. So when you prepare something here, so next button, when it comes to assessment, it comes to the next thing, and that is assessment. And assessment, there are only 2 questions. You can start and give the answers. So which of the following is not a security gradation? Of course, for your eyes only. And which level of officer can declassify a secret document, that is joint secretary? And then I submit, and this is this thing, and it says that I have scored 100% because there were 2 questions and all the 2 questions are answered correctly. I finished this, and you have completed the course successfully. Please check back in some time for view your certificate of completion. So certificate of completion is also being issued by the Karmayogi Bharat. And please take a moment to rate this course. So I would rate this course as well. So I'll go to rate this course, and of course I'll rate it 5 star, and then I submit it, and that's all. So thank you for feedback, and that's all. Well, now I have curated this course, I have shown it to you, but I have no reason to put it here for good. So what I propose to do is I go to my CBP portal, because I am the curator, so I can also unpublish it. So please, please unpublish it, because the purpose has been served, and so I'm going to unpublish it. Now, one pertinent question, of course. Now I'm going to unpublish it. Just see how I do it. From the 3 dots on the right hand side, I will just say unpublished content. And are you sure you want to unpublish it? Yes, I am sure. So this is unpublished. It is gone. So this is how I have curated a course. I have published it. I have unpublished it. I have tagged the competency, and the whole thing takes about an hour or so. You might also like to know what went in the background. I mean, the course was ready for publish, but how did I make the course ready for publish? So how did I use the courseware? So the first courseware which I was showing to you. So let us very quickly see how one can do it. So you have heard about this thing. So this courseware, without taking the name, I am using this courseware because that has been approved and given license of. So I have been given a license to use for this purpose also. So I'm using this. Let me once again be very clear about it, that I have absolutely no intention to promote any product whatsoever made by anybody from any country whatsoever. This is just a sample courseware which we have been using for the last few months. And we have also procured license, 10 licenses, institutional licenses at the cost which I have shown to you. So project by project you have to go. So you have to take a new project, and the things which I have already done, recent projects, they are already there. So the new project I'm trying to make. So this is very much like, preparing a slide in PowerPoint. Is as easy as that. And I can insert anything. I can insert a character. So there are so many characters. You can also think of creating some more characters using sir, can we use more characters here and put in yeah, that can and Indianized characters, etc. We can do that. And for that you have to use the Flash or what? After Effects, Illustrator. So using Illustrator we can. So this Glenn, this character, I love this character, so I insert it. And suppose this character is included, I can push it back somewhere, and I can give any expression to his or his face or hand gestures, etc., etc. Those things are very much possible. I can also, yeah, there are so many poses. So you can give one pose to him. Yes, or he may be showing something on the board. So that type of a pose can be given, or this is okay. And then whatever he needs to say could be written on the right side, that is left side of Mr. Glenn. And how do I do that? I have to just insert the text in it. So first in a box. So there is a dialog box which has been chosen, and this is the dialog box which Mr. Glenn is using. And this gives the impression as if he's going to talk about it. So some small corrections here and there, some manipulation here and there. A lot of imagination goes because the options are so many. So here one can write welcome to this course. So I write welcome friends. That is good enough. And then I have to also make a narration of it. So voiceover, one has to put the audio. So first text to audio I have to insert. So what is the text? The text is welcome friends. And whose voice you want to take? A male voice, right? Which goes with English India. Yes, English India is the choice. Oh, both are female. So when you are showing the male character, you cannot, of course, show the female voice. That will be a mismatch. And we are inserting that. So this voice is inserted, and we can play it and just show them how does it look like. Little bit of this thing here and there, and just hear it. So we are going to publish it. Now, publishing in this courseware is not publishing in any this thing. So when you publish it, what they generate is a HTML is an HTML file, which is a Scrum compliance as HTML file, and they have done it, and it can also play perhaps.
Welcome friends.
Yes. So this is how we have done. So one after the other, we can keep on making this type of slides. Lot many things could be done in this courseware. We can put in certain videos, pre-recorded videos of faculty members, and then we can also create faculty members character like this through Illustrator, taking the Illustrator and After Effects. Those things are available in the Creative Cloud, which I was showing in the last of this thing. And then at one point you can show the faculty member talking about some topic on communication finance, and then the character with the same dress and everything appears before you like this. and keep on showing some calculations, etc. And also the active Excel sheet could be put in here, where the numbers come and go, and these are all called animated videos. So why do we do this in HTML fashion? Why we are not doing it in a MP4 fashion? Because the MP4 files are very heavy files. So there is a restriction of 400 MB for MP4 files, and if you want to make a quality MP4 files with good quality camera, audio, video, etc., it will be a very heavy file, and you will see that 1 GB file is talking about some maybe 20 minutes of content. Whereas if you make it in HTML, then it may have say a maximum 30 to 40 MB will be enough to hold 20, 30 minutes content. So this is how we make this content, and once this is published, this actually generates a link kind of a thing. So what is that file which has been generated? So you can when you publish it, you have already published it, right? So when you so there's a iGoT version. So so this is published, and when you open it, then you can also see the name of the this thing. What is the name of this? Untitled 1. So this is the file, and this is a zip file which is being prepared. You have to prepare a zip file. So after you make this, you go to this story file, and then you copy it and paste it again here. Very simple. And then you make this copy a zip file. So you write here index, and the extension will be taken automatically. So the entire thing should go into that index, compressed to zip file with the name index. So it is now compressed to zip file with the name index, and then you open it, and here also there will be a index file which you have to use ultimately for you have to extract, you have to put it in the iGoT platform. Well, this much is from my side. Any question or anything? Let me get back the screen. I think I have held you back for quite some time now. 1:45 was the time given to me. I'm overshot by 3 minutes, 4 minutes to be precise. Yeah. Any question? From Regional Training Center, Hubali, if sir, you are speaking, I cannot hear you because the mic is switched off. RTC Hubali, please put your mic on.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I can hear you loud and clear. Please.
No, sir. Actually, it is a session was very good, sir. So we wanted to say thank you for that.
Okay, thank you all. But if you want more elaborate session on this, we can also organize this.
Yes.
Because Karmayogi Digital Learning is going to be mandated for that only. That we can show you the prototypes, various formats, how to do it, and we can handhold also. But Asian Development Bank, as you have heard, they have uh, uh, helped Department of Personal Training through technical assistance grant to establish this. They another spell of technical assistance grant has been approved by the Honorable Minister and the Ministry of External Affairs, and it has been put across to the ADB side. And I think that that is also in the pipeline when they are going to provide us with the manpower, expert manpower support for around 13 months. So when that group of men will be onboarded, we will be flashing this news to everybody so that any organization, anybody needs any kind of a help on a regular basis from all the 15 workstations which are available in our Karmayogi Digital Learning Lab. At one time, we can get connected with 15 different organizations and show them and handhold them for making different types of content and answer your various queries. Any more question or any comment? Okay, I think it's pretty late, and
Amar, we can go ahead with closing.
Okay, sir.
Looks
Thank
like,
you, Professor Dayal, sir.
it
I
was
think
quite
the
clear to everyone, and hence no questions.
Yes, sir. The
thank you, sir.
participants
I
seems
hope
to
so.
be.
And these slides I'm going to share with Mr. Amarnath Oja. Amarnath, sir, I'm sending it to you. Please share it with the participants. Thank you.
Sure, sir. I will share with the participants. Now, sir, I would request DDG NICF Sri Abhay Kumar Singh, sir, for his concluding remarks on this workshop.
Thank you, Omar. It was really wonderful, 3 hours. In fact, I also attended through these 2 sessions. It was a big learning experience. The session which RUC took earlier on iGoT platform, the journey of iGoT, and now how to create content on iGoT, it has been quite worthwhile. I'm sure the participants must have benefited a lot from the online session. It will not only help us make best use of the available resources, but as we all know that we all are practitioners, many of you are working in the field offices, many of you are working in training centers. We all have to join hands finally in developing content on subject matters. There are areas where ISTM will develop content on behavioral aspects or areas which are common in nature. But there are certain areas on which only we can do the content creation. So such a session will definitely help, will go a long way in helping people understanding how to develop content when they start working on those areas. And as Mr. Malloy has suggested, we will definitely like to have longer sessions also. We will plan it accordingly. Thank you very much, everyone. And we look forward that all of you please join next week. We are organizing a workshop on social media management as directed by Secretary DOT. We have tied up with Indian Institute of Mass Communication. Director General, Indian Institute of Mass Communication will be with us on next Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. We'll have a big learning 2 sessions on do's and don'ts for government officers, and also how to amplify the activities being done by various offices. So we at NICF look forward that all of you will join on Tuesday. We are receiving the order today. So thank you very much. Thank you once again, RUC. Thank you very much,
It
Mr.
is on
Malloy.
Wednesday, sir. Thank you.
Thank
It
you.
is on Wednesday, sir.
Thank
It
you,
is on
sir.
Wednesday, not Tuesday, sir.
Okay, it is on Wednesday.
Yes, sir. 28th. 28th.
Okay, so the workshop on social media management will take place on Wednesday, 28th at 10:30 a.m. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do I have the permission to leave? Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank
On
you.
behalf of DG NICF, I extend my thanks to all the participants who have joined the sessions, and I expect that they have really benefited from these 2 sessions, and we hope to interact with you for further trainings. Thank you all, and thank you to the faculties.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.